Hey guys, Azil here. So, I want to get a few things off my chest, and this seems to be the way that I prefer doing it more than anything else. I want to talk about my social anxiety and depression and other stuff on top of that. I want to talk about how I got it, the process I went through being diagnosed, and the outcomes and how things are now. So, to start off with, my anxiety and depression, I've always thought that I've had some kind of anxiety even though I don't show it. I've always tried to put my best foot forward and do what I can. So, as I said in my last video, in September I joined a private boarding school. I won't name the school for reasons, but it was a lovely place. The building was amazing, everything was good, but everyone there didn't speak full English, some of them. Some of them could, and they preferred not to. There were groups of German, Spanish, Chinese, and they could all speak to each other. So they didn't speak to me. I tried, I did, and then I ended up giving up because I would walk past them, they would stop in English the conversation, and as soon as they see me, they would go to their normal language. Because of that, I didn't speak much. I didn't talk to anyone. I made a few friends, don't get me wrong. They're all boys though, but those were alright group of lads. The problems started in the second term, so the term running up to Christmas. I started feeling worse. I couldn't speak to anyone, I didn't want to speak to anyone, and it would get to the point where I would purposely take days off school, stay in bed all day because I didn't have the motivation or anything to move. I didn't want to get out of bed in the morning. I felt so alone. It's actually also something that played into a factor of why I stopped making videos and why I've only just got back into them now. I didn't know what to do with myself. I never self-harmed or anything, but I did have thoughts like that. I did have had thoughts of, wouldn't it be easier if I just wasn't around anymore? And before I let it get to the point where I started acting on those thoughts, I spoke to the nurse of the school. She was really nice. I got to know her a few times because when I said I was sick, she would come over and check on me, and I'm sure even though she knew there was nothing actually wrong with me, she let me have the day off because I'm sure she could tell that I wasn't up to it. So I spoke to her and I said, I think I'm depressed. And I told her everything that had happened. And for the first time in a long time, speaking about it made it feel better. It made it go away for a while, having the problem shared. And she told me she'll get me an appointment with the school doctor that come in on a Tuesday. It was a Monday when I spoke to her, so I had the appointment the next day. And when I went to speak to the doctor, I told her everything that had happened, the way I felt, some of the horrible thoughts I had. And she immediately said that, yeah, depression, but because of being isolated, because none of the girls in my boarding house would talk to me, I'd also started slipping into not talking to anyone, even my friends. I wouldn't speak to them on a daily basis. I would sit on my own, on my phone, with my headphones in, trying to ignore the world. I got told that it was quite bad, and for me to have spoken out was probably the best thing for me to have done, because she's seeing people with how bad mine was, and they didn't speak to anyone and it just went downhill. And yeah, I guess we can all guess where that went with some of them. It was mainly the depression that got me down though. Pardon the pun, I didn't mean to say that. The anxiety was never something I really was 100% bothered about, because I knew the place, I knew the building, I knew where I could hide, I knew where I could get away from people. And then near the end term, I failed every single one of my mocks. I failed every of them. Art, business and DT. I wasn't that good at them, I won't lie. I enjoyed the subjects, but I just wasn't A-level worthy, I guess. So they said that I should find a different school and leave and go there, saying that they think it'll be better for me, but they said that, and then the next day they gave me boxes and told me to pack up my entire room. So I did, and then I went home that Friday. I spent the Christmas at home, what I was happy with. Something I forgot to mention is that I got put on tablets for my anxiety. Beta blockers, they're supposed to slow down your heart and blood pressure so that you relax and you don't go into a panic attack, because I was quite prone to them as well at some point. I can't really remember what really happened because most of it was a blur, because it was a while ago, and two, it was probably one of the worst parts of my life. Well, not the worst part of my life, but it was a horrible experience to go through, and I try and forget sometimes that happened. So in January I started the new school. It was a good school, I like it here, it's where I am now. They look after me and the people here are a lot friendlier. But because of how talking about my depression and anxiety and some of the thoughts I had made me feel better at the last school, even though it was to teachers, because I didn't really have any friends. I was open about it from day one here. I told people that I have anxiety, I have depression, and if I do end up shutting myself away from them, that it's not because they've done nothing wrong or I don't like them, it's because of the problems I have. And everything was alright. People understood, and I thought everything was going to be better. And it was. I made more friends, I spoke to more people, I've had more days out, I walk around, I don't sit in my room all the time. And I've only ever missed one day of school so far because I had a migraine. And sorry. I got told last night that there's a girl here who said because I'm open about how I feel about my anxiety and my depression and all this, that I'm faking it, that I'm lying about everything, and that I'm doing it for attention. I didn't get much sleep last night because, well, how can you get to sleep when your mind's overthinking everything that's been said and done? I mean, this is what made me want to make this video today, because I needed to get this off my chest. I don't know if I'm actually going to post it or not, to be honest, now I'm thinking about it. But just sitting talking to the camera on my own sometimes, and just saying how I truly feel, because I know I won't be judged, because there are a lot of people out there who are going through the same things as me, and they get on with it. And they don't talk to people, and sometimes hearing that someone else is going through the same thing makes them feel better. And that's another reason why I'm open about how I feel and how I am, because I know if there's someone out there who feels the same way, I know that they might come and talk to me about it at school or here in the boarding house, or even if, I don't know, I pass someone on the street and they know who I am. They might know me through the channel, or they might be one of my friends that I see in the street, and they know what I'm going through, and they can stop me and say, look, I'm going through the same thing, how can I help myself, and how can I feel better? And I won't lie to them, there is no one way to make yourself feel better. I found that talking about it and letting people know how I feel is how I started to deal with it. Other people won't speak about it, other people will try and pretend it doesn't exist and there's nothing wrong with them. and I feel sorry for those people because they don't know how to help them. They can't. Some of them just can't reach out to people because they're scared of what they'll say or what they'll do to them. And when I say do to them, I don't mean like horrible things, but I mean like it might shut them off or stop speaking to them. I've been talking for 10 minutes. Wow. I just wanted to, I want to let anyone know that if you are feeling any of this, that if you know me or if you don't know me, I'm here for you, I guess. I don't know how, but I'm here for you. I'm going through the exact same thing and I know what it's like. I think I'll just leave that there then. Yeah, so thanks for listening if you've watched all the way through, and please, this is how I feel. I'm trying to be open and I want people to know what I have wrong with me, so please, no horrible comments because I don't think I'll be able to handle them right now. So, thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day and I'll see you in the next video, what should be up tomorrow since it is the 1 year anniversary. I'll see you then. Bye.